Okay, so let's look on 8-bit and 16-bit type of the image. So what we have it kind of different between them. So in overall, very fast, 8-bit have it much less information than 16-bit information for the file. So due to this, you have it much less information maybe saved. For example, right here is gradient, and this is in an 8-bit. And I don't know if you're on your monitors, but you can see some of those ramps of stamps. So in some case, let me click to accelerate right here. I represent a little bit better, so you can see 16-bit, you will have it much smoother. In 8-bit, you will start having those kind of ramps. And it's mostly related because not enough information for the computer to process this nice and smooth gradients. The problem with this is, one, you will have it when you apply effects, you may have those steps you need to work around when you are retouching, but with draw again, because with 16-bit it is taking much more memory to process image, and it's take longer time to process filters. So for purpose of these tutorials, I'm doing everything in 8-bit in this tutorial because I'm going with a faster render time so I can present more. However, when I work with the commercial works, I work with the 16-bit information. Okay, and right here, Photoshop, and mostly when you work with images, let's go ahead and open one as example. We'll go open in Camera Raw, and inside Camera Raw, if you click on a bottom image right there, you can notice you have a specification. So for example, this one, so we can always set to 16-bit channel if you have an 8-bit setup, and we'll 300 dpi, and this is all what you needed to set up for the 16-bit. Next, when you open this image inside, and assuming you apply all necessary changes here, open inside the Photoshop, you notice on your image, we'll go to image mode, and you notice it's set as 16-bit. How say it's have some limitations. For example, if we go inside the filters, you'll notice some filters, for example, like a smart filter, blur, or other ones, won't be enabled for 16-bit. So it's have some limitations, but with every new versions of Photoshop, you have more and more options available to you to use it inside the 16-bit mode. And for example, if you're done with image, when you're done the processing, adjusting wherever you need it, you always can go back to the mode and switch to the 8-bit when you're ready to save for the web or other things. You don't necessarily need to do this, because if you save as JPEG, it will automatically convert to 8-bit. But if you want to preview, you always can go click, change to 8-bit, and you can see right here it's changing. And Photoshop done actually a very good job in this way, because if I have some gradients somewhere, it will adjust them properly based on how many colors or what I was using. So in this case, you see almost no difference switching between 16-bit or 8-bit when it's completed. However, if I done this in time of process, some of these gradients on the cheek or other places may have a more ramping effect on them. So in a sum this overall, use it 16-bit as much as possible for the better quality and result. And if you have no choice, you always can go back to the 8-bit, but be careful and watch for some of those kind of artifacts that may be created by low resolution in the depth of the colors.